Alright, buckle up, because what I'm about to tell you is straight out of a nightmare, mixed with a dark comedy, and honestly, I still can't believe it actually happened. A couple of years ago, I was living in this seedy part of town and had some, let's say, questionable friends. One of them was Mike, who was basically this drug. Anyway, Mike had this insane plan to move up in the world by robbing a rival dealer's stash house. Now, this is where things get wild. Mike somehow convinced me, a completely law-abiding dude who'd never even so much as smoked pot, to help him. His pitch was, we sneak in, grab the cash, and split it. Easy. Of course I'm a sucker for this. We scoped the place out for a week, timing the shift changes, watching the entrances, and Mike had this stupid confidence that he could charm the guards or intimidate them away. On the night of the heist, I stayed in the van nearby, while Mike went in alone with a crowbar. Minutes later, I hear gunshots. Not one or two, like a warning, but a full-on barrage. I'm freaking out, thinking Mike got caught or worse. Then I hear this horrible screeching, like metal being torn apart. Next thing? The door to the stash house explodes open, and Mike stumbles out, shotgun blasts ringing behind him, bleeding like a stuck pig, yelling for the van. I throw it into reverse and floor it down the street. We lose the pursuers, but Mike's in bad shape. Turns out the stash house wasn't some simple house. This rival dealer had an elaborate maze of tunnels underground, rigged with some insane electrified traps and even homemade flamethrowers wired to the doors. The gunshots were from automated defense systems. Mike's leg got caught in one of the electrified traps, which caused it to seize violently. Then, in his panic, he accidentally triggered one of the flamethrowers. The explosion caused a chemical reaction because there were gallons of homemade meth and explosives stashed nearby, which sadly engulfed him in fire. He somehow survived the fire, but was unconscious and badly burned. We got him to a sketchy doctor who didn't have a license, but would patch you up for a few grand. The burns were so bad and infected, though, that Mike slipped into a coma. Here's the insane kicker: a week later, while he was still in the coma, the police raided the place where we kept him hidden, found all the drugs and weapons, and arrested me for being an accomplice. Mike, meanwhile, died of a blood infection from those burns while the cops were closing in. I got charged with a bunch of things and spent 2 years in a prison. But here's the sweet revenge: while I was locked up, Mike's rival dealer got arrested too. The government seized all their assets, like millions of dollars, and guess who they auctioned off the stash house to? Me. Once I got out, I cleaned up that place, turned it into a legit business front, and now I run a security consulting firm. I use my experience to help small businesses protect themselves from exactly those kinds of shady criminals. So yeah, the most insane cause of death I've seen? My own partner in crime literally blew himself up by messing with a meth lab's booby traps during a botched robbery. Not only that, but the aftermath swirled into this insane cycle of crime, prison, and eventual comeback that I never saw coming. If you had asked me at the start, I'd never have believed that the stupid life's a hell of a trip.